my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. All light. Yeah. All light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yeah. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Super Soul Star Sunday. Each and every one of you who have joined this morning, it's an honor to have you in the space. I am your host, LaTanya Taylor, affectionately known as the Rev Coach, the Juicy Spirit Mama, the priestess of purpose, pleasure, and passion at rebirthinternational.net if you're visiting for the very first time. How about that, visiting? Wow. It's been a full week, and let me tell you, don't fret. If you have felt the intensity of this retrograde that we have been experiencing, and the last supermoon of the year, it has been in Gemini. I have been right there with you. You are not alone. And, I could tell you the breakthroughs that I've had. A lot of times we try to avoid feeling what it is we need to feel, addressing what we need to address. And the retrograde is the opportunity for us to revisit whatever we didn't finish. So the universe is always giving us grace and mercy. The universe is giving you the active power of the God of second chances over and over and over again. In fact, the moon changes every 4 days. So therefore, don't feel funny when you change. Some of us think that we have to stay the same. And by nature of women, we're constantly either we are recycling or we are new cycles. Come on now. Think about this. Either you go through the same thing every 28 days or 21 days that you have a menstrual cycle, the same thoughts, the same feelings, and the same emotions. Either you recycle them or you create a new cycle of thoughts, actions. Come on now. That just came out of nowhere. uh, for me to say and to bless you and bless myself. And some of us are continuing many of the cycles that no longer serve us and going into the year talking about our New Year resolutions when those things are illusions. Your New Year is the moment that you start your cycle. And the day you start your cycle as a woman, it's your birthday, it's your New Year. You are that magical. So, hey, what a beautiful thing it is to be a woman. What a powerful thing it is to be a woman who knows who you are, that's praying, that's unbound and unrestricted in the ways that we are accessing the God inside of us, expressing the God outside of us, wherever we are. Not when you get this, when you get that, now, right now, wherever you are, you have permission to show up great, to show up as goddess, and to show up. And so I always applaud those of you who are showing up in the space. And this morning, who comes with us on Sundays, is active inside of the Good Girls Gone Goddess community, just in showing. And a lot of times when we have sisters amongst us, the showing up is a part of that leadership. I consider her a leader. She's doing her own work, living her own life, but she is a leader and not a new leader. She's been a leader for many years. She's also an ordained minister, an elder. In fact, I met her in doing the work in ministry to have her own self-awareness, grow because she's quiet, but because we have not heard from her yet in allowing her word to minister. In fact, I need you to send me your telephone number, my love, or send it to Dana so that we can unmute your line before I say your name and introduce you. Can you do that for us? Can you unmute?
I got her. Unmuting.
All right, yay. So I'm bringing before you whose name you probably, and maybe you've heard her sometimes earlier in the year when you were on the call, but I bring to you Elder Vivian Smallwood.
Good morning.
Good morning. Loud and clear.
How are you, Rep Coach LaTanya?
I'm great, grand, and wonderful.
Great. I'm glad to be here. I came on. I apologize for coming on the line a little late, but I was hearing you speak about someone. I was like, ooh. And I said, oh my gosh, it's me. Let me get on. And then I couldn't get on, so I began to panic. But I said, it's okay. I'm ready. So, can I start? Because I'm nervous.
Oh yes, that's what the introduction is for.
Thank you so much. But actually, I'm real excited about this morning because it's like a landmark for me because I have been hiding. Yes, I'm quiet, but I've also been hiding, and I'm excited for the fact that God has, first of all, allowed me to walk with you, and I thank God that you have held space for me for a long time, even before I got involved with you. So I thank God for you. And I thank God for the sisters that I have gained and come to love and by way of being involved with you. So I'm real excited. Nervous, but it's okay. The nervousness will go away as Spirit takes over. Let me start with prayer to say, Father God, Mother, Father God, I thank you for this moment, for your presence, for me to be able to share with whatever you will have me to say. It's no longer about me, God. You've allowed me to know that it's not about me, but what you will have me to do, for what you'll have me to say. And so with that, I say thank you and amen. Okay. Breathe. I'll start with my story with Reverend LaTanya, where I sent her a text to say I think I love her. I'm holding space for you. And she came back and she said, you are long overdue to share. And, my heart started to palpitate, and I was like, oh, shoot, here we go. And I think this is it. This is the one place where you're not going to be able to say, oh, I'm going to be somewhere else. I can't do this. But my spirit was telling me, you must say yes. So I responded. I think you asked me to do one Sunday, but I couldn't do it. But I had to come back with today, and then I was going through all kinds of changes, Reverend Tanya, because oh, well, she's going to say that I'm an elder, so that means I must come correct. And then she's going to say this, and I must do this, and I must do that. So I freaked myself out. Literally, I freaked myself out saying I've got to prepare because I've got to be perfect. Okay, this is your first time. You got to be perfect. So I just went through all kinds of changes, went out on a lovely date with my boyfriend last night, couldn't enjoy it because I was saying, oh, my gosh, 8 o'clock, I got to come correct, whatever. So he's looking at me like, okay, we're going to even cut the date short so you can get yourself together. It's going to be fine. But, Viv is saying, well, you don't know because I got to blah, 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 blah. So I laid down last night, and my spirit told me it's going to be all right. You're going to be okay. And at that moment, I was able to go to sleep, peaceful rest, and I woke up this morning, and God gave me everything that I'm supposed to share. So now I'm looking at, are you sure you want me? Then I said, stop. You got what you're supposed to have. So I'm giving that story up front because it's the basis of what I'm going to share. There's going to be 4 points that I'm going to share with you. And another thing, let me preface this. I pray that whoever's listening to this or will listen to it later will basically receive it in your spirit, because some of the terms that I might use may be offensive to your ear in the natural, but if you receive it in the spirit, you'll know exactly what I'm trying to say, and you'll get it, and, we'll be okay. The first point is, what the fuck? Number 2, I can do this. Number 3, I am okay. And number 4 is I rise. Thanksgiving, my mother came to visit me. My mom is 91 years old, and she came to have Thanksgiving dinner with us. And she said to me, I'm going to die. And I'm an only child. And when she said that, I did my usual. And I said, oh, please, Mom, everybody's going to die, whatever. I don't want to hear that, so I dismiss it. I don't want to hear it. But she was looking at me with this look to say, no, I'm serious. I'm going to die. I want to die. So I said, well, why are you, bringing this up, whatever? I said, are you feeling bad? And so she said, no, but sometimes when I get with the family and then after you leave, I get kind of lonely. And so, I want to die. So it bombed out my Thanksgiving. I got really sad and all because, like I said, I'm an only child, and I want my mother here forever, okay? Selfishly saying, I want my mom here forever. So I went to but after that, my spirit was telling me, I'm preparing you, okay? That doesn't mean she's going to go tomorrow, but I'm just preparing you. Receive it. But I was like, no, my mother's going to stay forever. I went to my doctor for a regular appointment, and I shared with him what my mom had told me. And he said, well, Viv, your mom is 91 years old, and she's just allowing you to know she's happy, she's not scared, she's ready to go. And I proceeded to cry, and I mean cry for real. And he told me she's not going right now, whatever. Just, it's okay. She's preparing you. So, just you'll be okay. And he shared some things with me as far as what I need to do in preparation. And I said, well, I already did that. And he said, Viv, you did that really out of your flesh, but you really need to reconsider some things out of your spirit. So, I'm like, no, whatever. I saw my mom again, and she told me, Viv, I want to die, and I'm okay. I'm not scared. And at that moment when she told me that, there was something that I felt in my spirit that said, okay. And when I said okay, there was like a lifting that came about me, a peace that came about me. And I was able to go to her assisted living facility to fill out this form that, in the event there's a critical condition and, they may have to resuscitate. I was able to redo the form peaceably. It went to my doctor, and he contacted me back and said, "Are you okay?" So I said, "Yes, I'm okay." And so now the form is in place. So I bring all that up to go back to my 4 points. When my mom first told me I want to die, it was a what the fuck moment, okay? It was where I was being confronted with my it, and the it was dealing with the fact that, my mom will die at one time. And then what I did after that is I moved to my I can do this, meaning, okay, well, I'm going to get the proper documents in order. I will make sure she has the insurance and all. So I was all about this in flesh, doing it, trying to do it the best way I can, but my spirit was weeping. I wasn't right. But I proceeded to do what I had to do because you're the only child, you're a power of attorney, you have to do all that. So I began to get her business in order. And then after that, but I noticed that when I had the conversation with the doctor, when I rested and I got that peace, my gut was telling me something different, and I was beginning to move into that place called I am okay, where I'm identifying, yes, okay, in the flesh, you're taking care of whatever, but it's time for your spirit to come in to help you at this point because you really need to move into the spiritual sense and not just do it in flesh. So I moved into the I am okay. When I spoke with the doctor and about the form, and he was sending it back, and I was okay. I felt the rising, and at that point, I felt that spirit and I had become one, and I was able to rise with the situation. So I'm feeling much better now in dealing with the situation. My mom is still alive and kicking. She plucked my nerves the other day, whatever. But I wanted to bring up that example to show you where God has moved me because I haven't always been able to proceed with my life events in this order, but for where I am and where he's taken me, I'm able to be that way. With LaTanya, the same thing. She said with the text, "Oh, it's time for you to share whatever." Instantly, what the fuck? So then what do? I start going to my old notes. I go to my commentaries. I just go to everything because I've got to do this correct. I was losing sleep. I was stressed because it was all about I can do this myself. But as I proceeded and, kind of said, God, I can't really do this by myself. I need your help. That's where I was moving into you better trust your gut and moving into the I am okay. And then like this morning when I finally just gave everything up, I moved into the I rise. So when Reverend Tanya, when you contacted me and gave me that text to say, are you ready to share? I was good. And, I was really okay. So even if something came up and I wasn't able to share, I would still be okay because I'm at the point that I'm at the I rise. So I'm sharing that with you, hoping that it may have possibly caused something to awaken in your spirit, or maybe you may be going through your own kind of it. But I just want whoever's listening and my sisters and everybody to know that when you move out of your flesh realm, whatever, and move into agreement with your spirit, that's when things will be able to move and you'll be able to manifest. And it's going to be the way that God would have it to be. So I'm thankful to be able to share with you, and that's all I have.
All right. Thank you so much. I love the very first point. I actually have never taught it in here, but there's a leadership training. Mm-hmm. And there's a leadership training that my master coach taught us, and it's a chant, and it goes like this. Oh, what the fuck, do whatever it takes. Oh, what the fuck.
Really?
Do whatever it takes. Oh, what the fuck. Do whatever it takes. Oh, what the fuck. Do whatever it takes. It's a chant. So I learned that from one great master, and then I learned the skill with my other master teacher of the skill of fuck it. So it is a very place is what that skill is to get that place from being shocked to being in surrender. So could you cover those points again? Can you do the 4 points?
Okay, the first one is, and okay, let me change it. It can either be what the fuck, or it can be oh my God, and that's where you're identifying you're it. Then the next one is I can do this, and that's when I accept that I must do, and I start setting up an action plan. It's the I, it's my flesh. And number 3 is I am okay, and that's where I'm trusting my gut. And I identify that I can do it myself, and then I may not be able to complete it myself. I dummy down, and I get quiet. And then number 4 is I rise, and that's when I'm at one with spirit, and I go forth and do what's necessary.
Oh my goodness! And can you tie that into to your yes? Like what? How do you see that playing out into people embracing their yes? If you were to give a word to encourage ladies, and because you're not just. It wasn't just about you coming here. You've been embracing your yes in many ways.
But you know, LaTanya, what I have done is okay, watch this. I have constantly throughout my life been giving a yes to different things in my life, but it wasn't the yes within me. It's the yes that I could maintain control of. It's the yes that I could use my intellect. It's the yes that I could use my skills. It's the yes where I could use my education, my knowledge. So it was still about me saying yes, but I wasn't necessarily, God was blessing me. I'm saying yes, but I wasn't truly, if I can say, 100% trusting him to do this with my yes. I was still saying, well, Liz can do it. But I have evolved to this place right now that there's not another self-help book. There's not another conference you can go to. There's not another this that is going to prepare you with this yes. You have to have your yes with God. In saying it, you're saying, I'm doing this with you. And so that's where I am 100% now, where before it's with his grace that I was able to do this. But now my yes is wholeheartedly with him.
All right. Okay, so I'm hearing you say that the yes within is the place where God is in each and every one of us, and so we think, from our ability and all of that, and then there's that moment when you go within deeper, and it's another form of yes. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome. But can I say one thing? Can I interrupt?
You can say more than one.
Girl,
sure.
Go ahead and interrupt. Okay, but and until you get to that yes within, there's unrest. There really is. It's like, there's something more. There's something more. There's something more, and I don't know what it is. Well, you're not really saying yes to God. You're saying yes to the idea, but there's more to it. There's a place where he wants you to be, and you're not there, and so that's why you keep searching around trying to find it, where all you have to really, really do is go within it and agree with it and accept it and allow it. And so the unrest, I don't have the unrest anymore. So I'm saying, okay, I must be really hearing him now. Yeah.
That's good right there. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Well, we want to use the lines, and we want to, in this space, we don't just do one-way sharing. Some of you may have heard, I know that I can go and get layered, but it's refreshing to have a clear, simple message because sometimes those ones demand the most, inspire us because, we're at this end of the year. And so living the yes is right now, not when you get a resolution, so if you've abandoned any part of yourself, if you've abandoned any part of your journey because you've already gained the weight or because you haven't manifested the love and Christmas is coming, or it could be you're still frustrated with the job or you haven't manifested the new business, it can be very easy these last 3 weeks of a chronological Gregorian calendar to say, well, I'm just going to wait till January and start over. And that is a form of self-sabotage that is in the seed of whatever it is that we're starting. And so when you get ready to grow your seed, sabotage is still there because you've abandoned yourself. And so one of the things that I always invite people to do is to come in closer to the last 21 days. This is the time to really reflect, and being in a retrograde absolutely is a gift, because certainly you've had some reflection, not to beat yourself up, but to really get really clear about the calendar, because, you know, we're still operating in a world that's on the calendar, even though spiritually there is no time. So I want to unmute you to hear if there's anything that jumped in your belly today, to share, to feed it back to. And Dana, you can feel free to
This
jump
is Tommy.
in. Good morning. Good morning.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Reverend Smallwood. I'm so honored that you brought forth that message this morning, and it so resonated with me. It so resonated with me. And so just to kind of piggyback on that, I want to say that, yes, I've been saying yes my whole life. I've been saying yes. I said yes when I left home at 17 years old with $10 in my pocket and said I can make it. I said yes when I left my job in Richmond and came to the D.C. area. I said yes, I can do this. I said yes when I went to graduate school. I can do this. And I did all of those things. I said, yes, I can make a way for myself. Yes, I can buy my own house. And now I see things a lot clearer. And my yes today is that what's deep down in my spirit is that I'm saying yes, that I can have my own consulting business, because I remember that I said yes to all of those other things, and it came to fruition. And so I just want to thank you right now for that message. And I love you. I'm glad to hear your voice this morning. And just you've been a real inspiration to me, as you know, and I just love you.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I love that, Tommy. I love that you detailed so many of the things that we've been saying yes to. I can tell you that this Mercury retrograde has allowed me to see some of the things that I have said yes to that have caused the no's to show up in my life. I hope that makes sense. There are some things that I agreed with that had been said about me, that I experienced, that are deep in my line, in my family, even in the dysfunction of my family. Some decisions that I made about myself as a very little girl. My inner child actually has been very active during this Mercury retrograde, talking to me, telling me what she needed, what she missed, telling me what decisions she made for me that the grown woman was still trying to maintain. And so it has been a very intense feeling. And one of the things is to realize that you've spent a lifetime operating on that thing, and when God is saying that that's no longer your truth, that is no longer how we're going to move forward, there's a point where there are some yeses that we've agreed to, we have to let go, and we have to override, because those yeses no longer serve us. And so I have found myself deep in my inner child space, finding out what I need to give to her because the adults didn't give it to her. And there's another place for me to go and to take the sisters with me, because I realize I have attracted a lot of women to me who have mother issues, who have not been mothered or who have been under-nurtured. And even though we may physically be at peace with our relationship with our mother, whether she's gone on or whether she's still here, we're at peace. But when a woman has been undernurtured or malnourished, come on now, when a woman has been malnourished by the feminine, and she is the feminine, then there is an experience of ourselves that sets in motion something that we cannot see for years at a time. And sometimes when we're trying to move our goals and our desires, we think that it is technical and tactical, and it's not. It is something so much deeper. And that is the point why I love your very first point of what the fuck. Because at a certain point, you have to get the fuck it spirit. Fuck it, I'm going to tell this truth. And we see that spirit happening on the earth right now, where women are coming forth. They're saying, fuck it, I'm telling the truth. Fuck it, me too. I was molested. Me too. I was sexually harassed. Me too. I held on to this truth for 20, 30 years. Me too. You have that Gemini communication that's happening this year, where men, the patriarchy already has fallen, y'all. I don't care who's in office. The patriarchy has fallen, and we're getting ready for some swift changes and curves that are about to happen in 2018. If we are not spiritually grounded in ourselves, we may be swept away by any wind that blows. And so we must be willing to go to the root, as Elder Vivian said, to find that yes within. And it's so beyond. It's all of the places that you're meeting no. I don't care if it's your body, your mind, or your spirit. I learned that we dance around the core, whether it's mother or whether it's daddy. And in my case, my truth is I have felt motherless and fatherless. I have felt like an orphan much of my life. And I have not really talked about that because sometimes we protect our abuse. Come on now. And so I want to just say that, because if you're riding with me, you better put on your seatbelt, because we're going higher. We're getting ready to take on another altitude. And so we're about to have some shifts in our love, sex, and money, because there's an opening that's already happening right now, just even as I sit with these awarenesses, rather than try to fix them, rather than try to do magic and make them go away. Nope. Sitting in this thing right now, so I don't have to feel it no more ever in my life than what I felt. So that's my sharing from your sharing, Elder Vivian. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else?
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. Good morning. Thank you so much, Elder Viv. But this was so good to me, because I was taking a few notes and jotting down some thoughts as you were talking. And, of course, that first point hits it home, though. What the fuck? What the fuck? You know, and that oftentimes we can bring forth that stress and anxiety. That's usually when the what the fuck comes up. When you get stressful and you feeling that angst and anxiety, it's like, oh my God, what the fuck? What is going on? And so that brings that tension for me. And so I realized as you were talking, I need to be aware when I'm angry and upset and anxiety, I'm in that phase, that what the fuck phase. And then you were talking about moving to the I can do this, and that what I heard was get in motion. When you get that what the fuck, get in motion, move, get things in order. And then you started saying, and then I'm okay. And so what I heard from that was when you get in motion and you move, you're moving out of the flesh into spirit. And so then it's okay with my soul. It's okay with my spirit. And you speak to that spiritual guidance that comes from within. And then from there, you rose. I rise. You begin to elevate. Once you dress it, you elevate it. What you praise, raise what you praise, right? And so you begin to address it, and you elevate it, you rise, you begin to manifest. And so from that, I said, oh, my God, this woman just put it right in my lap when she said, when you saying yes to everything, and I've been saying it all my life, and what I heard was I'm using the comforted or the secure yes, and I haven't evolved into the inner and universal yes. So I just thank you this morning because you dropped some jewels, gems, and seeds right in my lap, right where I could get them. And I thank you for that, and I continue to just lift you and stand there for you and hold space in your life and for all the women on this call. And I ask that you all do the same for me because even my yes needs a little elevation. And, you know, when we say yes and we get those no's and it gets frustrated and we get to what the fuck, I know now I got 3 more steps to go through and I'm good. So thank y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Thank all of you. This is Nina. Thank you, Elder Vivian. Thank you, Rev. Tanya. Thank you, Mr. Dana. Thank you, I know you don't want us to call you Aunt Tommy. Thank you, Aunt Tommy. Thank you all because you all dropped some gems this morning. You all dropped some gems in my lap this morning. I heard you when you said, what the fuck? And I was still kind of wrestling with that. What do you mean, what the fuck? What do you mean, what the fuck? But then I thought about how many times do I say to myself, what the fuck?
Right.
But I've seen so many examples lately of what God is doing in my life.
Yeah.
So I heard also when you said coming closer. I know you're in the room, but come closer. There's more at the table for you. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more.
Yes.
And,
yes.
You know, I heard in my spirit, come to the table, come and dine. Taste and see how good, how good it is.
That's good right there.
I can see the edges, the pieces coming together, and I've had all these examples of how I spend more time fretting than it actually takes to get things done. I have had a full-out example. I had an emergency one morning recently. I noticed a problem at 10 to 7. By 11:52, the problem was solved top to bottom, and I was ready to go again. And I said, when I look back, I thought about how long it actually took to solve the problem. I spent more time fretting over it than it actually took to solve the problem. And I was just like, hello. And when it happened, I said, what the fuck? Already
That's
go.
right.
I had prepared myself. I came out of the house. I was all prepared to go. I was all set. I was proud of myself. I got up early. I got out. I was like, yes, I am ready for today. And I came out and I was like, what the fuck? And then they sent me through all these paces to get it done. But you know what? That thing you said about moving, Minister Dana, about just moving, just keep moving, just keep moving.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I sat still more than I moved. I mean, well, let me take that back. I sat still fretting. When I stopped fretting, when I started moving, the fret went away, and the problem got solved. I mean, it was literally like a whirlwind. I had somebody say to me, you move like a locomotive train sometimes, or a whirlwind. And I literally, I could feel myself moving in it. I was like, why do you fret so much? There's so much more. There's so much more.
Yeah.
Thank you all for that. I needed to hear all of that this morning. Thank you, all of you.
Yeah.
I love you all.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hearing Sister Vivian this morning, it took me back to 1994.
All right.
When I had a dream that my grandmother was going to die. I knew the exact time, the exact day, and I'm like, why am I the one being told this? You know, I didn't have this circle of sister love back then. I didn't have, I didn't even know who to tell or who to take it to. Ultimately, that year my grandma did pass away, and that's just how Spirit deals with me in dreams. Dreamt the exact day and time that she would pass away. And speaking of today and what's going on today, I have a big responsibility at work. I schedule and make sure all the officers have their assignments. And lately, we have a bunch of new females that just came in, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Because the energy that they have brought into the organization is like, where did these people come from? I'm like, we only hire ex-police officers. And I'm like thinking, were they ever police officers? Where is their professional whatever? And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And it's all of these females, they're crying, they want what they want. I'm like, look, this is not a retirement job. Yes, we hire retired police officers, but this is not a retirement job. And everything was explained to them, but they want what they want. And, sometimes they go, past me to my male supervisor to get what they want. And it's really, kind of irking me. And so there's my what the fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? Who are these people? This is not the police department. And, they think that they can come and manipulate their little, and that's what they've been doing, basically. But, I'm like, how do I handle this? So that's where I am. But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So, Dana, do you know who the first person was in on the call? To pick a number between 1 and 25, just to confirm what has flowed forth. Let's see what Spirit says. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear me. Oh, good.
I
Thank
can hear you.
I just got a note that Dana dropped. So, I can't see the board because she's running the board this morning. So I'm just gonna. Can someone just choose a number between 1 and 25? Anyone that's led to just shout it out.
5.
5. All right. So the word to encourage us this morning that's flowing for us as a collective is to practice gratitude. Gratitude each day for the blessings you receive from God. That accents your message perfectly, Elder Vivian. Be grateful for the divine wisdom and guidance, for the courage to face your pain, and for the strength of your spirit. Be thankful for the love in your heart and the willingness to walk the path of healing. This room is an invitation to count your blessings. Whose love has touched your heart? Are you blessed with good health? Are you being nourished? Do you nourish others? What brings you joy? What gives you peace? Be grateful that you find yourself in the company of people who are supportive of your life. For each member of the spiritual community, program, or fellowship of which you are part, give thanks. Show gratitude to those whom you seek counsel and those who inspire you to deepen your faith in God and strengthen your belief in yourself. So, sisters, I definitely am so grateful for you. When you first get ready to do something that God calls you to do, that Spirit called, the ancestors are nudging you to the point where you're discomfortable. You wonder if anyone will show up. And so every time that you show up, it's not for me, but it's for the anointing that's on my life, and that it's validation that no matter who's already doing what, that God has people that's designed that want to hear from me for what has been deposited in me for you. And so I give thanks for each and every one of you, and I just want to say that out loud. So if you didn't see the post where you see all of the packages out on the porch, if you want to have a little fun in the fellowship, one of my goals and intentions has been for us to have a connection more than just posting on Facebook. Facebook gives an illusion of relationship. Facebook gives an illusion that there is, that people have what they don't have and are smiling when they're crying, because they only see what people post, the version of what people post, and then they go away. And so, so in Good Girls Gone Goddess, I have tried to be intentional about keeping the room clean enough for us to connect, to share, and then coming here on Sundays to hear the voice of another woman, to know you are not alone. So if you see that little post, it's a way for us to have fun, to do kind of like an elevated Secret Santa type exchange and share some fun under $10 gifts. So go look in Good Girls Gone Goddess for the post with the pictures with the package if you'd like to participate. And we're going to go on and get ready for our prayer. So if you can just bring to mind, take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now give a breath in through your nose, pull it down deeply, and out through your mouth. And just think about those women who came before us, whether they were right, wrong, indifferent in our lives. Just think about them. The untold stories, the strength, sometimes even their weaknesses. Bring all of them to your mind's eye. If you can see them, if you can feel them, and even if you can imagine them. And just begin to speak the names of the ones that you choose to bring forth. Grandma and Minnie,
Catherine Hamlin, Patton Hamlin, Catherine Jackson,
Tomato,
Gurley Rice, Bernice Marshall, Laura Jackson,
Annie Bailey,
Thelma,
Mary Jackson,
Miss Walthall, Miss Braxton,
Aunt
Sheila
Mary,
Bonner,
Miss Neal,
Aunt Yuki,
Aunt Rosa,
Be well.
Ayana Camara.
Crystal.
Ashe. Elder Vivian, would you like to pray?
Yes, I would. Thank you. Mother, Father God, we come before you once again to say thank you. We thank you for this is the day that you have made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for this moment, for this space that you have allowed to happen today, right now, God. We thank you because we need it, God. We thank you for everything that's been imparted in our spirits, God. We thank you for a new revelation of our yes. We thank you, God, for a new revelation how we deal for our yes. We thank you, God, for all that has transpired in our lives and what will transpire. We thank you. Thank you for the sisterhood, God. We thank you for Reverend Coach LaTanya, God. We thank you for all that has transpired, all that will transpire. God, we just thank you, period, for life unapologetically, God. We thank you. And as we get off, and as we're about to end this call, it's just ending a call, but not ending what we will do for our yes, God. We just ask that you'll give us the peace and strength to go forth. And for this, we say thank you. Ashe and amen.
Ashe, thank you, Ashe.
Thank you. All right, ladies, stay close. If you haven't joined the membership suite, this month is going to be very powerful because I definitely have oil that's being released in me for this beta test of the 7 days of the Get Naked Challenge and then our monthly master class. So it's going to be a bonus, and I look forward to sharing this month with you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. See
Love
you on the other side.
Ashe.
All right.
Love you.
Ashe.
Have a good day.
You too.
Have a wonderful
Bye-bye.
day, everyone.
Yes.